Bang, bang, choo, choo, choo. Good evening, y'all. Oh my God. Listen, I missed y'all. I missed y'all so much. Welcome to another episode of 1 Billion Brave. Y'all, we in here. I know I took a little break, but we back, yo. Like, we back. We back. This is a special edition. I do start my official season 2 March 1st, but it's Black History Month, so we got to do something special. Like you already know. So we're gonna have a little Black History Month special. Why not? Okay, so listen, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you all the ones that are tuning in, that will be tuning in. That's gonna comment because I need to see y'all comments. Is all I'm saying. I need to see them. For those that don't know, let me introduce myself. Let's start from the top. Good evening, everyone. I am Domo. This is an episode of 1 Billion Brave. This talk show is a talk show about the disabled community, about specialists that either work in the disabled community or people that essential caregivers, those that can help. That's literally what it's about. How they break the stigma beyond their condition. That is the biggest point of this show. Pink Different Rockstar, I see you. I see you, Pink Different Rockstar. House rules. Let's get into this house rules, okay? Let's get into these house rules. So, one, we do no profanity on this show. Why? Because there's so many words in the dictionary we can use to get our point across. I mean, let's use them. Hey, grandma. I can't believe I found you. Yes, grandma, you found me. And also, no bashing of politics, religion, or gender. Why? Because from all men, he made from one blood he made all the nations. So we pretty much family, like we kinfolk. What up, cousin? What up, bro? What up, sis? What up, auntie? What up, aunt? Listen, that's how we get down. Like I said, the show is about the disabled community. I interview guests that either has a disability, a limitation, or an essential caregiver, or someone of the profession that can help us in this world. And lastly, well, second to last, we do talk about Jesus Christ on this show. I don't know why y'all thought it was gonna be something different. We talk about Jesus Christ on this show because he is the main squeeze. Like he's number one. Without him, I am nothing, and you definitely are nothing. So he got to be the main squeeze. He's always gonna be number one. That's how we get down. And the last thing, this is a very first. Listen. This is a very important message. I need y'all to know. If y'all don't get nothing else, get this right here. What I'm about to say. Okay, look. This show is the very first show that has guests that have disabilities or limitations, hosted by a person with a disability. Oprah, where you at? Oprah, I hope you're ready because as soon as I see you, as soon as I knock on your door, I just need some fruit snacks and we friends for life. Give me some fruit snacks or Arizona. That's it. That's it. Oprah. Okay. House rules. That's the house rules. Okay, look. So I'm going to, for those that don't know, I do what's called a life of Domo. And it's pretty much a little snippet, a little 5-minute moment of my life. So we're going to get into it. All right, today. We're going to talk about today. So I got my hair done. And as I was, thank you, Grandma. As I was coming into the, I'm getting my stuff out, coming into the building, a lady opened up the door. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I definitely appreciate it. And, did my due diligence, say thank you, all that, moved on, right? So she left and my stylist, hey, grandma. Hey, mom, grandma. My stylist said, yeah, first of all, she kept talking. And when she seen you pull up, she said, oh, does your client have blue hair? And she's like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, she has a walker. She must have had a stroke. But how she have a stroke when she's driving? And my stylist said, because she never had a stroke. First of all, don't diagnose me. If you're gonna diagnose me, say something worthwhile. A stroke? Just because you see me with a walker, you automatically think I have a stroke? I ain't never had a stroke and never will have a stroke in Jesus' name. Okay? If you're gonna say I have something, say, oh, she must have had favor. She must have had a purpose. Come on, she must have had a calling. And if you want to use stroke, if you want to use the S's, she must have had sovereign grace. She must have had sufficient grace. She must have had a sovereign God. I mean, don't shortchange me now. Do not shortchange me. If you're gonna diagnose me with something good. I mean, at least be in the family. You over there in a distant cousin. Come on now, don't halfway diagnose me now, and then you're gonna do it wrong. A stroke? Stroke don't fit me. Come on, stroke don't fit me. A stroke don't fit me. First of all, I got too much personality for a stroke. That's that's one. That's one. I move too much to have a stroke. That's two. And even if I did have a stroke, oh, she must have had a but God. It don't matter what you thought I had before that, comma, but God. How about that? That's what she had. She had a but God. Don't be letting people diagnose you. Don't be letting people call you by your condition that's not even accurate. What it? What it? What my shirt say? Disabled with the dis X out. Cause I'm able to do whatever I want to. Why? Because it's a but God. Because you got sufficient grace. What? Listen. First of all, I'm very thankful that shout out to my stylist Tandra, because I wasn't even in the room when she said it, and she already cut the lady off by saying no, she don't have a stroke. And the beautiful thing was she doesn't even know my condition. She doesn't know what I have. She just knows that I have a walker and she knows I have a disability. And she never asked. And I feel like she has compassion over people that have disabilities, and I'm not the only one that has a disability that's her client. So I'm very grateful for that. But her sister has a disability, and so she understands how people can misdiagnose and kind of look up and just think that they know what they have by what they carry. I don't carry who I am. What? I carry what I am. I am a child of the king. I am a king's kid. I will live and not die. Y'all don't let people misdiagnose you. Do not. You call me by my name. You don't call me by my diagnosis, because you're wrong anyway. A stroke. Do I look? Do I? Do I? Do I look? Do I look like a stroke? Or do I look like favor? Do I look like second chance? Okay. Okay. Huh. Listen, that's the stuff I be dealing with. Don't let the disability fool you. I say it and I'm gonna keep on saying it. Do not let the disability fool you. It's about that mental. It's about that mind. And I'm so glad that we have the guest that we have tonight, because let me tell y'all, first of all, she's my sister. I love her so much. She looks out for me like crazy. And also, she is a clinical therapist. This is what she does for a living. Talk about mental health right now. Mental health is at the all-time high, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring her on tonight as a special addition, because we can't no longer act like we don't need a therapist for those that have mental health issues, for those that are struggling. Therapy is dope. If you need therapy, go and get yourself some therapy, and it's okay. It is okay if you need therapy, but you shall live and not die, and you got to do the work. And if the work is therapy, go and get yourself some therapy. And for those that don't, it's okay because I got you tonight because we actually have a therapist for you. We're gonna bring out my listen, my sister. I'm telling y'all now, be prepared because we act a fool together. We act a fool together. We do what we do, but we keep God first in everything that we do. And we're church kids, so it's in us. It's in us, okay? Brittany LaShea, let's go. Where are you at? Brittany. Uh, uh.
Y'all hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we definitely can.
Okay,
Try me.
cool.
Come on.
Come,
What
come
the
on,
shirt
Black.
say? What the shirt say?
Come on, Black History Month. With the with
Yes,
the,
Malcolm
with the
X. I love it. And
whatever.
the earrings, oh God. Come, let's go. They're not ready. They are not ready.
Got to be on one accord.
Britt, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. I definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For real. Okay, let's get into it. First of all, please introduce yourself. What's your name? Where are you from? And your occupation. What you do? What you do, girl? What you do?
Hey, y'all. My name is Brittany LaShea, born and raised in San Diego, California.
There you go.
Come on, come on. I'm a mommy. I'm a lover, homegirl, friend, cousin, sister. Look, but today we're going to be talking about the hat that I wear, aka being a therapist. That's it.
Listen, we have a black therapist, y'all.
Listen, listen. We have
A
black
black
therapists,
therapist.
but we'll get there.
Yes. Okay, so let's get in. Let's delve right in. We about to just delve right into it because um I'm gonna go back to a few weeks ago when you had a vision board party, right? And it was so dope because it was all women, it was all colored women, and it was a vision board for us to put down on paper, write the vision, make it plain, right? To put it on
Right.
paper, literally what we want to see ourselves accomplish this year. And it was so dope because the therapist side of you came out and we started talking about the real life stuff. Ain't no fluff and all that stuff all the time. No, no, no. What you struggling with, what you dealing with, what the obstacles, right? So there was a question that you posed and you asked, what's your fear and what's a hurdle, right? Remember that question?
Ah, come
So
on, hurdle.
I remember I answered it, and I'm about to be like so transparent to you and to everybody. I remember I answered it, and I was like, "Yo, my fear is that I'm doing all this in vain. Like, what I'm doing doesn't really isn't really going to reach the masses. I feel like personally. What up, Ash? Isn't going to meet the masses personally because I feel like my niche is such for a small community, it's not going to reach the masses, right? And I felt like my hurdle was um I'm not going to be heard. And I thought about it, I'm like, that's not really a hurdle. So let me I'm about to share with you and everybody my hurdle. My hurdle is, will my dreams match my physical ability?
Mm,
I don't know, because honestly, even right now I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm not even at the level that I want to be at yet. And so I'm like, dang, no more right now. You halfway tired. Like, you need naps. Are your dreams going to match? Are you going to be physically able to match where you want to go? That's a huge hurdle, right? So, so for someone like that would deal with something mentally like that, because that can sometimes lead to am I worthy? Am I worthy? Am I worth it? So right now, dealing with people that are committing suicide, that has a lot to do with mental, right? How do you
right.
stop them from acting it? Because it may, the mindset may come, but how do you stop them from acting on that?
Mm. That's a really deep question, and it takes me back to when I kind of first started out in the game like a decade ago. It's crazy. I've been doing therapy for 11 years.
It's crazy.
But around when I first started, all the therapists got to kind of be like out there in the trenches. So you're doing a lot of community based work with people who are really, really suffering and having a hard time. So there was a client of mine who almost every other day she was attempting to take her life, whether it was pills, whether it was hanging herself, different things like that. Right? And then blessed with me as a therapist, and I took this girl everywhere mentally. Right, I took her home with me, to sleep, like on
Yeah.
vacation. I was so worried. And my supervisor at the time had to sit me down and ask me, are you able to be okay with not being okay? That was, and it stuck with me forever as a healer, as a counselor, because the truth is I can't stop her from doing nothing, and I can't make her do anything. If she wants to do it, she will. I realized that my job was to remind her of all the reasons that she should live.
Yeah.
I always gratefulness. Anytime I get a client that's suicidal, anybody on this live that may be suicidal, I start with gratefulness. I have them for like a week straight. All I want you to do is wake up every day and just think about the things that you are grateful for. If you think it, you'll start to act on it, right? So the thought becomes a feeling, becomes a behavior. And I always remind people of that. So if you think if you think about how you're so grateful, then you'll start to feel grateful. And then if you're grateful, why would you take your life? Right. So it's a
Right.
recipe. Come on, recipe.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I come from, right? I just have a conversation about gratefulness, and then we kind of go from there. So it's not about me stopping her from doing it, or him, or them. It is encouraging them to see all the light that is around them, and the light that is in them that, I want to bring out so that they
Yeah.
no longer.
That's deep. That's deep. And because of this, like, pandemic, and a lot of people are dealing with just a lot, like everything, right? All at once. What are some of the obstacles right now that you get, that people are dealing with, that are most common with just dealing with the pandemic? What are some of the struggles that you hear mostly about?
Child anxiety,
Really?
anxiety. I Oh, it's bad. When I say it's bad, like it's bad how many people are really like struggling with it, and how many people of color are operating. We don't realize that we've operated out of, anxious thoughts and feelings and behaviors our entire life. And so we think it's normal. And I don't want to say normal, we think it's okay, and that we're okay, but we're really not okay, right? So anxiety, all time high. I mean, people have a hard time, of course, being, around people, because people is nasty. That's how you probably got here,
Okay.
because people nasty. I wash
Right.
their hands and stuff like that, right? So people are just really stressed out and freaking out. Like it's in the air. How do I escape it, right? And so you got people staying in the home, so it develops more disorders that stem from that, because they're not interacting with people. But I would say
Mm.
next in line, another common one would be depression. There are a lot of people that had a really, really hard time having to be in the house. I'm one of them. Okay. So actually, I would say I went through both phases. I myself struggled with in 2020. Child, people had to get me to come outside. My anxiety was through the roof. But then staying in the house caused me to have depressive symptoms. So it depends on what everybody's situation looked like to determine like what they're really, kind of how it's manifesting. But anxiety and depression are at an all-time high. So suicidal ideation, divorce. I want to throw that out there. A lot of
Ah,
people
oh, that's
realize
deep.
that so we were in the habit of going to work all day. When you think about it, kids are at school majority of the week, and adults are at work majority of the week. But when the outside was shut down, we was on punishment and we couldn't go outside, and you stuck in the house with this man that you married 30 years ago, and you realize you really don't like him, I'm done. So when outside opened up, this 35, 40, 50-year marriage, 5-year marriage, it's done, because I actually really don't like you. We don't spend time
Oof.
together. Do spend time together. I realize I don't want to do this no more. Girl, it's deep. It's deep.
That's deep. Because man, you know what? I literally never thought about it like that. See, okay, so from my perspective, I grew up sick, right? So I've always been in the house. Like that's my go-to. So for me, when the pandemic happened, it was just like, y'all welcome to my world. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm okay with not being outside. But for others, that stemmed into a whole nother situation. What does, from your perspective, what are some symptoms? Because people don't like saying I need therapy. They just don't.
Right.
It's like a it's like a curse word. You need therapy. No, you don't. You're all right. Pray
Right.
about it or walk it off, right? No, you need therapy. Get therapy, right? So, what are some of the signs that you can tell for people that don't want to admit that they need therapy but have some symptoms? What are the symptoms of anxiety? How can you tell that you're having anxiety or even having an attack? What does that look like?
Yeah. Oh, again, it looks different for everyone, but I mean, textbook kind of anxious symptoms would look like you are panic attacks. A lot of people are having just full blown panic attacks, right? Your heart starts to beat fast. You start to get sweaty palms. Your mind starts to race. You feel closed in, escape, wherever you're at, even if you're outside, right? Uh-oh, light is turning off. Okay. What else? Yeah. Oh, so you constantly worrying, and then you have difficulty trying to control the worry, right? You like, okay, I know I shouldn't be tripping right now, but you find yourself ruminating, is what we call, on the
Mm.
thoughts all day long into the night, where now you can't sleep. You up worrying, preparing for the worst. Listen, when we went to the grocery stores and wasn't nothing on the shelves, all them people had anxiety buying up
When it
all
was
the
no more
tissue.
toilet paper, how we gonna wipe ourselves?
We don't even use the restroom that
We
much.
Why are you taking eight boxes?
Can I
It's
have a
just
roll?
you in the house, ma'am.
Just donate me a roll, my sister. You got 3 cases on top of your Costco pallet. You don't need it, sis. It's just you.
What we
But I
doing? Y'all act like it's a famine in the land. Goodness.
like this might be we might be going through the plagues again. But let me
Low
not
key,
start like, what plague
you
you
gotta
sending in?
store it up. Store it up.
Are the locusts next?
Huh?
Oh my
What about the
god!
first sons? What are
No,
we doing?
let me
What?
mark my door. Pass over, oh God.
Listen, I have the blood on my doorpost. Pass
Uh,
over.
uh,
Goodness. Yeah, no, that is true. That was like intense. Can we go back to that whole situation when the pandemic first happened? And because I feel like I don't deal with anxiety. Kind of I'm more like a mellow tempered. I don't let a lot of things like get to me that much. And I think that's just because of me dealing with so much. I have to be physically calm. Like my mind got to be calm because I'm dealing with so much stuff, right? But listen, when we didn't have no toilet paper, when the water was real scarce, I said, Lord, how we gonna make it? How we
right.
gonna make it? So I can imagine the ones that are hypertensive in anxiety. I can just imagine like what that looked like. And let's switch on depression because depression and anxiety is two different things, correct?
Right.
It look like two different things?
Yes. And it depends on your age, right? Like for instance, a teenager that is kind of struggling with depression, they'll seem that a lot of times they're like misdiagnosed with like oppositional defiant disorder because they're irritable all the time, right? Or, mood dysregulation order, right? Disorder. And so but in reality they're depressed. It presents different for children, right? So an adult that is depressed could be suicidal. They are having, again, insomnia. So you see what I'm saying? You could be struggling with insomnia because you're up all night thinking and worrying about everything. That's anxiety. You can struggle from insomnia because you're thinking and you're wanting to take your life and hoping that you don't wake up the next day, and that's
Right.
depression, right? So depression also looks like, of course, sad, low mood. It looks like you gain a whole lot of weight or you're losing a lot of weight. um
Mm,
it's like, difficulty getting out of bed. You aren't doing things that you used to love doing, right? You're not hanging out with your friends no more. You're not going to that dance class that you go to. It's open now, right? But you ain't
right.
going no more. You're self anymore, right? So that's kind of what depression can look like for people. But I always remind people, somebody that stands out for me is Robin Williams, and most recently, I want to say it was Miss USA. People,
Yeah.
does not always look the same, and depression can look like that beautiful smile standing up on that stage and you have no idea that they're suffering. That's why I just live by that. You know me on a personal level, like, just love on people. Just love on people. You have absolutely no idea what people are going through. There's someone I'm interacting with, not on the daily but often with right now, and they're not aware that I know that they no longer want to be here, and I know it.
Wow.
And so I'm just doing my due diligence to just be the light. I'm not doing too much, you know what I mean? People like to pull back from that. If you sad and depressed, sometimes seeing the light is hard, like, because life ain't good right now. I don't want to be happy, right? You want to disengage from that. But I am pouring into their life in any way that I can, and again, showing them that they are the light, showing them the light. Come on, bars. And so hopefully, they choose to be grateful for their lives, and choose to stay here with us.
So, man, that's so deep because I always wanted to know how can you see the signs of, okay, for instance, Miss USA. From my perspective, and I wasn't like close to her, of course, but from my perspective, it seemed like she had it all together, right? She was very high in her career, very beautiful. She just looked like she didn't have that many issues to where she wanted to take her life. How how can a person that's close to her see those signs? Because it's like I just feel like I can't see from a
Mm,
natural eye. I can't see the signs of someone wanting to take their life, or someone even thinking about it, when I see them as flourishing. And if I'm talking to them, for instance, and they just, it's like all fluff, it's nothing different from our average conversations.
mm.
So how can you check in without checking in?
That's good. That's really good. Because some people are really good at covering it up, right? People like me and my profession, we know the signs, so we know exactly what to not show people to make it seem like everything is all good, right?
Right.
Um, I would say tapping in about basic stuff, right? Asking them like, "What you eat today? Oh, you didn't eat nothing today? Okay, well, what you eat yesterday? You didn't eat yesterday either." You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, like, being homies like me and I,
Yeah.
you come close, and my sit down air stank. Come on, you didn't smell somebody sit down air stinking. This, I love you,
It's the
so
wit for
last
me.
time, when the last time you hit that thing with a washcloth? You know what I mean? It depends on your relationship with people, but you can ask the basic questions. You want to ask the basic things like, you sleep good last night? So did you
Yeah.
eat? Sleeping? Did you take a shower? You hear they keep calling off of work, showing up
Mm.
school. Like, those are telltale signs like something is wrong. But also in the reverse, when people do too much. And they're doing too much, trying to cover it up. So like things are just really extra, like overly happy, giving away things. That's a telltale sign sometimes. Like when it's like, wait, why is she giving away like grandma's jewelry set? Like she loves
Oh,
this set. Oh, I want to bless you with this for Christmas. I'm lacing y'all with the game. I hope y'all listening right now. This is just flowing. I don't know where it's coming from. Come on, Holy
cause
Ghost.
that's
And
good.
giving things away because it's like, sometimes people write manifestos, long letters, want to sit down and have conversations. I want to thank you for everything you did for me. I don't want everybody to leave this call with anxiety now because they're like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend wants to talk to me. He's suicidal. I don't want you to walk down that road, right? But these are just
Right.
real, and tap in with people just on the basic level, and you will start to pick up and do it often, right? It encourages us to take responsibility, be your sister's keeper, right? Your brother's keeper, right?
Yeah.
And check out. And a lot of times it's the strong friends, the ones you would never ever expect. Like you said, they got it together, they good, they help other people. Don't assume. Everybody is human. We all bleed the same, we all live, we all die, we all got struggles. I don't care how much money you got, the people with the most money is hurting the most. Come on, let me get off my soapbox. I start preaching.
No, because that's good.
Come on.
No, because
Come on.
that's really good. The people that have the most are the ones that's hurting because they have it all and they still missing. But if you find Christ, huh? It's the God in me.
Mm. Come on, Mary, Mary.
If you
Mary, come on, Mary Square. To the second power. Yeah.
come on,
It
Mary Square. No, but for real, like I just so this is my mindset on when it comes with, and we're gonna talk about the opposite side of when someone close to you passes. How do you deal with coping? Because that's important too. We want to deal with both sides from your professional perspective on how to deal with life in general, right? So from my perspective, um I feel like when people take their lives, this is how I see it. Okay, so God made this super dope picture. He's in the process of painting this like masterpiece, right? And someone just crumbles it before it's even done. It's like, well, dang, you didn't even let me finish. Like, you're looking at it from it's halfway being done, and you didn't even give it an option to fulfill itself. And that's how I see it as when someone takes their lives themselves. I'm just like, you're a masterpiece, but you were in the process of being completed. And you didn't even wait till it was done yet to even see how much potential you had. You saw where you were at and you didn't like where you were at. So you decided to take everything. And
mm-hmm.
that's I don't, and it's like you can't really talk to them about, what happened, but I just feel like what is it? What is it that bad in your life, or a scenario or a situation that happened that bad in your life that you want to just end it? Everything. Like you want to end it. Oh, I always battle with that because I'm just like, dang, I just wish people would just wait. Just have like a little patience just to see that little dim, like that, just that one potential. If I wake up every day, obviously it's for a reason. Cause I feel like God know how to take you out if he wants to. Like
Can
he
I
don't
chime?
need help.
Let me chime in. I recently started seeing clients on a new platform. I can't wait to talk to the people about how to get therapy nowadays because it's like it's phenomenal all the different ways
Yeah.
that you can, right? But I saw, I mean, I don't know, maybe 30 something people last week alone. Probably 6 of them had struggled with suicidality at some point in their lives, right? And I have never in 11 years of doing therapy, I have never talked to someone who attempted suicide and was not successful and wasn't grateful. Majority of them say, you know, I had what I needed. I had the thing ready to hang myself. I had the knife, I had the pills, I had whatever. And in like a moment, I came to and I said, a lot of times people think of like who will find them. So these people not checking in on people, like, right, like these babies that were like, I wouldn't want my mom to walk in and see the mess, right? Using a gun or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't want, my boyfriend to have to live with with finding me, when he comes home from work, right? So every single person has always said, like, I just came to like at the last second. I have worked with people who actually went through with it and wasn't successful. I talked to a 15-year-old kid recently who said he tried 3 times to hang himself and it never worked. And on the third time, he just gave up. And now he's so excited to just live life. I mean, one of the coldest people I've ever even talked to. He's so dope. And I'm so honored to be able to speak to him every day because, to dig into that, right? Like you tried 3 times. You were determined, right? Like we said earlier, somebody who really wants to do this thing is really going to do this thing. And he was like, after the
Right.
third time, felt like I didn't know how to do it. And so there was no, I wanted to go, but I felt like I wasn't doing it right. And so now on the other
Yeah.
side, however however long, later, he's like, wow, like I'm no longer in that space. Life is great. I'm so glad I'm here. And I would love to find more reasons why, I deserve to be here. I'm wanted here. I'm loved. I'm needed. Just telling somebody, a stranger. Somebody texted me the other day and they were like, I just want to let you know I love you. I got a new phone. The number wasn't saved. I said, I'm sorry. This is a new number. This is a new phone. I don't know who this is. But then I
Yeah.
responded. I said, it doesn't matter who it is. And it doesn't matter if it's by accident and I don't know you. I just want you to know I love you. And
Right.
yes, I have to know you to love you. Something like that. Right?
That's all
Seeing
people
some girl
need.
rather than walking by and looking at her crazy girl, you bombed today.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it can be the smallest things that make somebody's day. You don't know what they on their way home to do.
No, that's so true. That is so true. You never know that once a smile. Listen, lower your mask and smile, and then keep it pushing. You just never
Uh,
know a touch. I love you. I'm thinking about you. Yo, let's have coffee. Something so simple. People like to know that they're remembered.
mm-hmm.
Point blank in the period. People like to know that they are not forgotten about, that someone is thinking about them. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be from the rooter to the tutor, from the greatest person ever to the scum of the earth. Everyone wants to know that they're not forgotten, right?
Right.
And those small gestures go a long way. I definitely want you to let people know, for those that need therapy, how to get therapy. That is like, I really want you to like give us a real listen, go here, do this, because I feel like people need therapy now, for real.
Yeah. There's so many different things, right? I've heard recently you can text somebody. There are platforms where like you can text somebody. They're open during certain hours and there are people open, working all over the country and stuff, different hours, different time zones, right? Where they can text you if you're having a hard time, phone calls if you're having a hard time. But me, I work, on Zoom like this on video, right? So I do teletherapy now. And I promise you, I really believe, and I really want to get this word out. There's really no excuse to not get therapy now. Literally, companies are banding together. Like right now, Kaiser, even if you got a crazy, ridiculous copay, like, oh, I got to pay a certain amount once I start spending. No, Kaiser has waived it. And this is stuff that they ain't going to tell you. I'm going to lace you with the game. You can see a
See what I'm
therapist.
saying?
Like, literally, there is room on my schedule. There will not be room on my schedule much longer. Literally, if you got Kaiser, I'm telling you right now, if you got Kaiser and you want to see somebody, call me. And I guarantee you I will have you on my schedule by next week. If you hit me up ASAP, right? So you can see people on platforms like that. People are opening their offices again to see people in person. Um, so many different platforms, those take so many different insurances, so you can choose to see someone in person, you can choose to see someone over the screen, you can choose to text someone. There's so many different options, and I truly believe, I'm like, there's no excuses now. There's no excuses. Get out here and
No
get it. And
excuse.
speak to people of color, I don't even say black people. A lot of times, it's like, oh well, I don't have the resources. You don't have to have the resources even now in a time like this. If you got Medi-Cal and you got Kaiser, you got me, right? You got Medi-Cal and you got Blue Shield, you got me, right? Or you got somebody
Period.
like, and to say like, oh, I don't want to, I'm gonna just keep it G. I'm gonna be real here. In our community, therapy is for crazy people. That's not true. Therapy is
It's
for
not.
white people. Not true. So, there are people out there that talk like you, that look like you. My hair is a different color almost every week. I wear my nails long.
Every.
I talk with a twang and I walk with a twist. You know what I mean? Like, there are
Yes.
people out natural fly. And I want people to know, if you are currently seeing someone and it's not doing it for you, you have the right, you have the ability to go and find who you need. I just now this year, 11 years into the game, found a lady and I said, if I ain't got insurance, I don't care if I got to go drive Lyft once a week to pay for her session. I love my therapist. My therapist, and I'm gonna see her and I'm investing in it. And that's another thing that I think sometimes people don't realize. And I'm not even coming from the angle of like people of color or anything like that, like don't got money, because guess what? We real fluent out here. Okay. So
Right.
affluent. So people that got money, take your money and invest in something that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life. That will
For real.
literally transform your life. You can pay $150 for some Jordans, but won't pay $150 for some therapy. I'm gonna look to the left.
Okay, one that's gonna save your life, or one that's gonna wear off. Huh?
Huh?
I'm walking into a therapy office.
That makes sense. And my Jordans. Come on. Stomping in my Air Force
That's it. That's
Ones.
all.
Huh?
What are we doing? I'm
Right.
walking. I'm walking into abundance.
Walking on sunshine. You know,
Oh, oh, oh. Yo, Britt, thank you so much for gracing the stage. I definitely appreciate it. You know, I never take it lightly, friends or not. I respect your profession and it's so needed right now. And I thank you for taking the time out to share with not only me, the people on here, how important therapy is, how important mental health is. If you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have any signs of wanting to take your life, please see a therapist. Not only is Brittany a therapist, she is a saved therapist. Okay, so she coming from the books and the Bible.
and I want to speak on that too. Sometimes people ask, like, how do you, like, are you this Christian therapist? And at one point I wanted to identify myself as that. Still may in the future, not sure. But there's a part of me, I've learned how to incorporate things that are in the word that we live by and we walk by, right? And not so much say John 3:16 said, right? I can teach the same idea to a child, like, oh, well, this kid is bullying you. Did you need to bully him back? Oh, what if we, go talk to a teacher, right? That's my way of
Right.
saying,
No, for
like, oh,
real.
it's you. That doesn't mean you need to hit him back. Turn the other cheek, right? You know what I mean? So there's so many times I will lace the word in there and they don't even know. And so
No,
I
that's
want to,
true.
who may be watching, who don't believe in the God that we believe in, right? And so, Nita Booker, come
Kendall
on, uh,
PK
book
said, "What up,
book me.
Brandon? Love you, cuzzo." PK said, "We need her in our case to play at the church." Huh? Huh? That's what he said.
So I
He
want to
said
speak
it.
to believe in the things we believe in. Just know that it's we welcome religion and we enter into that space with people with our clients when they want that. So I'm not forceful
Yeah.
at all. Clients that I've
Right.
worked beginning to end and they never knew I was a believer per se because I didn't say it. It's not about me.
Right.
It's about, and you deserve to have that 1 hour a week. Sometimes you can see somebody 2 hours a week or whatever that may be, or every other week, to make it about you, where you sit in a room. It feels so good for me. My whole life is about other people. My job is about other
Yeah.
people. 1 hour a week, I get to sit behind a screen and just, a lot of times I just instantly decompress. Like, this is my time. You deserve to have that time just for you. And I promise you, it helps you keep going and getting better and getting stronger and wiser. For real.
That's what it's about. That's the most important thing right now. Getting better and getting wiser because we need you to live. Live, 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 live. Come on. Britt, okay, look. So are you ready for the before you go? That's all I want to know.
Mm-hmm. Say hear it.
Are you ready for the before you go question?
Okay, so I'm gonna get my information on how to contact me at the end, or do that now
Yes.
at the end. Okay, before you go, let's do it.
As soon as we do the before you go, I'm
Okay.
gonna give you the floor to where you can let people know um everything, how they can find you. All right, so the before you go question is, if you had a movie of your life, what would be the genre and who would play you?
Oh my goodness, it would be drama. It would be so suspenseful. I don't even know if I need a movie. Sometimes I be feeling like I need a reality TV show. Who would play me? Mm, I can't believe I'm blanking out on her name right now. Kimberly Elise.
Elise?
That girl be
She's
acting.
good.
Hear me? That girl be acting.
She's good. I like that. I love that answer. I love that. Boom. Drama, Kimberly Elise. Boom, pow. Thank you, ma'am. I love that, Kendall. Therapy is a medicine that requires no copay. Love that. That's super dope.
Uh,
Okay, so where can people find you? Where? Everywhere. Give us all your social media. Unorthodox therapist. Where can they find you?
Mhm. You can find me on Instagram, Unorthodox Therapy, right? At Unorthodox Therapy. There's Unorthodox Therapy, or I think it might be the Unorthodox Therapist on Facebook. But online, you can find me. It's called Hope Avenue Counseling.com. All of it together. Hope spelled out, Avenue spelled out, counseling spelled out.com. You'll see me and my other cute black therapists, male and female, because a lot of people are looking for that right now. We hot right now. So hopeavenuecounseling.com, unorthodox therapy, the unorthodox therapist. That's how you can find me. And I talk back. People swear my DMs is lit. They are not. Come on. Put it out there. My
Okay.
DMs are not lit, but I respond. Listen, I know people out there hurting. Now, respect me. I might send you an invoice, amen. We might have to work out that sliding fee. Don't be sliding in that DM for no free therapy. But no, if you need it, if
Period.
I'm not the right therapist for you, I really enjoy on my free time, on my off time, hooking up people with people who are right for them and perfect for them. So definitely hit me up. Unorthodox therapy, Hope Avenue Counseling, and I talk back.
I love that. Britt, thank you again so much. I definitely appreciate it. I love you so much. So much. You my sister for life. You already know.
And I
You
wanted to
already know.
I honor you as a friend. I value you as an individual. I respect you for who you are. You show up consistently. You don't miss a beat. And I just want you to know, always you. I adore you. I look up to you. You encourage me. And I just really hope you keep this thing going. I love the connection between disability and the physical form with being disabled, even with the mental form. And I love how I'm going to steal that from you. I'm going to be reminding my clients, like, look, just because you got this diagnosis, right, or the situation going on, it don't make you. This is where you are now, and we're going to get through this thing. I always remind my clients, it's not about getting over something. It's about getting through it. Because when you get through, you pick up
Exactly.
the journey. Write the book, Brittany. Write the book. It's not about getting over it, amen, and missing something, but get through it so you can pick up something along the way for the rest of your journey. Let me
Huh?
get off the phone. I'm about to tear this car up. Ah,
Listen, I love you.
ah. Come on. Hey, come on.
I bye, Britt. I love you.
Bye. Love you guys.
I'm yo. So she a nut, y'all. Told y'all. She's the greatest. She's the greatest. She come, as you can tell, she as real as raw as they come. Point beginning period. If you need therapy, please get therapy. Please reach out. Don't be ashamed. Put that pride aside and go and get that therapy, girl. Go and get that therapy, sir. Go and get that therapy, beloved. Get that therapy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. I never take it lightly. Thank you guys so much. Also, we will be back next week. We have another special guest for Black History Month. Super dope guest. Like, I hope you guys are ready. I really hope you guys are ready. Tune in next week, same time, Tuesday, 6 p.m. For those that want to see the first season, want to catch up on the first season because the new season is coming. Be ready. For those that want to catch up on the first season, go to the website www.onethewordbillionbrave.com. Boom. You can catch up on everything. On IG, 1 Billion Brave Show. On Facebook, 1 Billion Brave. Listen, we are 1 billion braving. I love y'all so much. Until then, we out. Gabe, you already know what to do. Get me out of here because I'm hungry. Love you.